So I know you're all chomping at the bit for the cost. Okay, so if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I like to keep my budget as low as possible because I have a low budget, simple as. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. One of the reasons why I use Get Covers is because of their affordable service. So the costs were, to make a jacket using the existing cover was only $15, which I think I did a quick conversion online, and when I did the conversion it came out as like £11.94. We'll call it 12 quid. And then to make the hard cover under the dust jacket, so this, again, because I think it was simple, that was $10. So again, for us Brits, that's £7.96, so call that 8 quid. So 20 quid essentially, and $25. So that was the total cost for the cover, because I already had the images there, and I just think that was worth doing. Now, the Ingram proofs. So for one single book, so they cost 2 different times. I don't know, 2 different. So I got 2 copies, didn't I? Because the first one had that mistake on that no one had seen. So the first Ingram proof cost me £19.08. And the second Ingram proof cost me £19.52. Yeah. The other costs involved in making this, and that's it, because I already had the covers, so I didn't have to go about designing a whole new cover. If I did, I imagine the cost may have been slightly more. I had all the files already. I've already bought and paid for Atticus, but even if I didn't, I could have easily, well, not easily, but I could have formatted in Word, which is also free. And I did have an ISBN, so I bought a bunch of ISBNs ages ago, and so because this is a new edition, it obviously needed a new ISBN, so there is that cost as well, but that was already absorbed in a cost that I made a long time ago. So I can't remember off the top of my head. I think I bought 100 ISBNs and I can't remember how much that cost. Several $100s, I know that, or pounds as it were. But in terms of like the straight up costs I had to do for this, it wasn't actually that much. So it was a really worthwhile process because I finally got my book with a hard jacket, dust jacket cover. Okay, let's talk about where it's sold and like my pricing and stuff like that. So I use a book link, don't know if you've heard of it. I'll link it down in the description box below. So what that does, it converts to your where you live. So if I click on it, it will take me to the UK version of the website. If you're in the US, it should take you to the US version, and so on and so forth, because a lot of people put links in for like the American sites, and it doesn't stop me because I will just go on and change it, but it's just that extra step for people if they're in a different country, having to find it on a different page. So I like it because it'll go to your country's page. So I use the book linker because it's on Ingram Spark. It's distributed at the moment. It's picking up that it's distributed at Amazon and Barnes and Noble. That's the 2 that I know of, and I think they get done like automatically. So on Amazon, and I'll leave the link down below for Amazon as well, and you'll see it's not actually linked to my series page because technically it's being sold via Ingram. Now I did speak back and forth to Amazon, and we all know, if anyone has ever spoken to Amazon, it is not an easy process, but essentially they cannot link it because it's being sold via Ingram and not via me. However, if there was the ebook version, I could upload the ebook version, which I wouldn't do through Ingram, I would do myself. So if I uploaded the ebook version that had the same metadata as the hardback, which it should, then there's a possibility that they will automatically link. And if they link then it will be linked to my series page. But there's no guarantee that it will link, and if it doesn't, I can't go on and ask them to link it. It's a whole thing. It's very annoying, but hey ho, that's just where we're at, which I don't get, because the amount of times that I see people like see on the Amazon storefront page, and you've got hardback cover, paperback, ebook and audiobook, like you got to think, like, how many times does somebody post something through the same platform? Like, if you've got a hardback book with the jacket, that can't come via Amazon. So how do people get these linked? If you know, please put your answers down in the comments below so that I can have a go. But as far as I'm aware, with the people that I spoke to at Amazon, and we all know they're very reliable, it was impossible. So that is something that is really annoying, and in the future, when I've got time and a little bit of spare cash, I will do an ebook version. I say a little bit of cash because to get, I think I would want the, you know, when you see the images for like a box set or an omnibus edition, it's a box set, it looks like a box set, doesn't it, the image? To do that, I think it costs like $25, and again, I know that is such a small amount of money, but when I've got other things to do, and I would also have to format for the ebook, and I'm working on my NA series, so that is something that I'd like to do, but it's not like up there in terms of my priority. But eventually I would like to do that, and if I can link it, and it does link, I will let you guys know. So price wise, each individual book is £9.99. I don't know what that is in dollars. It's probably a little bit more, maybe like $11 something, maybe. I'm trying to work out conversions in my head. But £9.99, and that is because the simple cost. If you've published a book, you'll probably know, but you have the cost of the book itself, the printing. Then you've got to allow for them to take a cut, so Amazon to take a cut, and it tells you like a band to price your book. And I think I only get like a couple of pounds per book when I do that. So it's not as if I can't make it any cheaper without like getting no money from it. So each book is £9.99, which makes a total of £29.97. So if I was to buy all 3 paperback, it would cost me pretty much £30. So when I sold the hardback in person at the Christmas market, I sold for £25. So there was a few pounds saving to buy it in, like almost £5 saving to buy all 3 in one go in hardback, dust jacketed hardback. Now come on, that is a good deal, right? Online I think it's being sold at £27.99. So again, you save a couple of pounds, and I do make more money in person because I can buy them in bulk, which saves a bit of money. And then I can sell them for a little bit cheaper as well, than £25. So that is the pricing of this book, which is why it didn't seem worth it for my Reign of Blood and Shadows, because I think I would have to price the book at like 20 quid, if not more, just to get the tiniest amount of profit, because it's just one book and not as many pages. Now, if I had a book that was this many pages normally, then that's a bit different. But that's where we are at with costs. I hope all that makes sense. I know I'm a little bit of a rambler. Even when I write things down, I'm a rambler. Oh, let's go into how it did at the Christmas market, because that was the first reason why I did the omnibus edition in the first place. So it did really well at the Christmas market. Now, obviously, I'm trying to think like realistically, in that it was a Christmas market. People were buying gifts for themselves. They were in a Christmassy buying mood. It was also snowing, which made it really freezing and a bit like sludgy in some areas. But I think it added to like the excitement for Christmas and buying things. So I do think those factors did help. I think also the fact that you could get all 3 books in one in a hardback was, and if you're a reader, that's a really big selling point. I can get 3 books in a hardback with a dust jacket for less money than buying 3 paperbacks. Like for those of us who are readers, that's like a no-brainer, isn't it? So it did really, really well. So I was really, really happy, and I do want to try and sell those direct. I am just trying to figure out like shipping, because shipping to different countries is very expensive. To send my Reign of Blood and Shadows book, which is just a paperback, to America, it costs me like £9, like £10, okay? So that's like $12 maybe. I don't know. I'd have to do a double check just to ship it to America. So that's a lot of money. And then also the next biggest reason is that when I ship to America, I have to do like a customs label and put my home address on it. Now I've done that a couple of times for some giveaways, but if I was going to offer this as part of my business setup, then I want to get a basically equivalent to a PO box, except for in the UK, they cost a lot of money. So I have actually found a place that I can get like almost like a business address. I need to look into it a bit more. It seems too good to be true at the moment. So I will let you know. I'll probably do a video on all of that later, because I think a lot of authors want that because it's like an extra layer of protection. We all work from home, so we don't have a business address that isn't our home address. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not like famous enough to warrant like worries about security, but it starts off early, doesn't it? And I just don't really want to be using my home address on things if I can help it. So I need to look into that to be able to sell direct. It was a good experience. I'm really glad I did it. I can't wait to do it for my Reign of Blood and Shadow series. I don't know how I'm going to do that because I think it's going to be a 4-book series. So it might be that I do like a part 1 and a part 2 because they are slightly bigger as well. But that is all from me for now. I hope you liked it. Please put any questions down in the comments below and we'll have a little chit chat about putting all these omnibuses together. I'll also put all the links down below for like get covers and my book links. You can see like how that works. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys.